I think it's really cool seeing a Greek island in the off season.
Yeah. We basically have this beach to ourselves right now.
We dreamt of this again, and then we just did it.
Our plans today are basically wander around, have gyros for lunch, have lookamatas for lunch dessert.
Yeah.
Second video in a row starting at nighttime. Actually, no, we didn't start Antalya at nighttime. It was Garema.
I've already forgotten.
Another video where we're starting at nighttime. This time we are in Bodrum.
Our final new location of the Turkey trip.
We just checked into our hotel and we are heading out to get some dinner. But funnily enough, we did not know this. Our hotel is run by an Australian and her Turkish husband.
Yeah, but it's so funny because she came out and I was just like, okay, I'm pretty bad at accents, but I'm pretty sure that's an Australian.
Yeah, she came out and she said like, oh, I'm here. And they started chatting to us and I was like, I'm confused as to why this guest of the hotel is talking to us. And then I realised that she was in fact the owner.
Incredible.
So I don't know how we managed that one.
We are also one of two lots of guests at the hotel. So we got upgraded to an apartment.
I know, she was like, there's not really many guests, so you have your pick of rooms, but like I figured you'd want the nice one, and also you're Australian and I'm a bit homesick. And we were like, thanks.
It was very cute. Also tomorrow morning, immediately we head to Kos, the Greek island. So unfortunately we can't actually look around Kos. I'm in Bodrum tomorrow.
No, not till the next day. But that's okay. We will show you that when we get to see it. But for now, enjoy what will probably be like 2 clips of our dinner if I remember to film it. And then we will see you nice and early tomorrow to head to Greece for the day. Good morning.
Hello. You join us on a very iffy morning.
Yes.
And by that we mean very iffy morning for a couple of reasons.
You can probably hear one of the reasons.
Yes, we're going on a ferry and it's quite windy. So we hope that ferry goes ahead. Secondly, last night we were looking up where to catch the ferry from. So the ferry didn't have a lot of information. It like gave us a pin location on Google. But then it also said like pick up your tickets, which gave us a different pin location on the opposite side of the harbour. So
a half-hour walk from each other.
So we were like, okay, do we need to like walk to one ticket location to pick them up and then walk to the ferry?
Yeah, so we're basically going to a port that, from what we could tell online, is the port we need to catch the ferry from.
But that is
not the port that the ferry tickets told us to go to. So wish us luck that firstly we have the right place and secondly the ferry goes.
Yeah, you're coming with us to see what the hell happens today. Also, a nice start to the day. Our Airbnb host had a package ready.
Yeah.
Pastries and fruit, which is lovely. So yes, let's see how today goes. Fingers crossed we spend most of it in Greece, but we'll keep you updated. Okay, good update. Also crazy how much the light has changed in the last like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are at Castle Port, as you can see by the castle.
This is the ticket office for Kilos Travel, which is when you book, well, when we booked through Ferry Hopper, that's what it booked us on.
You give them your passports. They gave us both our tickets for the return as well. And we're queuing up to get on the boat.
Well, to go through passport control.
Alright, so yeah, so far so good. It's definitely the Castle Port. It's not the other port. I don't even know the name of it, the one that's on the other side of the bay. Not that one. Alright, we'll get on the boat and we'll update you then. Okay, we went through a security type thing where we like put our bags through a scanner and walked through a security thing. And then we just went through like a passport control. They stamped us out of the country. So now we're officially nowhere.
Yep.
Which is kind of weird.
It's weird. Like every time you go through an airport, this is what happens. But it feels weirder being on land. Also, sorry that there's such weird lighting. The windows are like kind of tinted blue.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely have a blue sheen on them.
Yeah.
So now we're on the boat, which is actually quite large. I would say there's a lot of seats here. And we are ready to go in how long have we got? Half an hour.
Yeah.
It's all going to plan.
Yeah.
Just, there was no information about this online, so I'm glad we're figuring it out.
Yeah. Alright, the ferry ride was pretty smooth. It got a little bumpy towards the end.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
But now we are in the customs or the immigration line on Kos.
Yeah.
we read online that it can be really slow, and so to try and be like one of the first off the ship. So we were waiting at a door at the front of the ship, and then everyone had to get off the back of the ship. But we walked past a lot of people on the way here.
Once you're off that boat, power walk your
Yeah.
way.
Unfortunately for us as well, another boat had just already arrived. So we're behind that boatload of people, but we're towards the front of our boat's load of people.
Yeah.
So we'll see how long this takes. It's 10 o'clock now. So we'll see when we get into Greece. And just like that, we are in Greece. We also got a passport stamp out of Turkey, one into Greece, and then we're going to get 2 more this afternoon, which is very exciting.
It is exciting. I love
because a lot of countries just don't do stamps anymore.
Yeah. That took about 20 minutes.
Yes.
Which is a bit scary because it is the middle of low season.
Our ferry was probably, I'm going to guess, at most 20% capacity.
Yeah.
Like most
Maybe
of the seats
less.
were empty. Maybe, maybe less. So if you come in summer, just bear that in mind.
Yeah. All right, but anyway, now we're in Kos.
Look at this beautiful Greek water. Totally different to the Turkish water 20 minutes back the other way.
It's only 9:23 in the morning here.
Yes.
Because we've gone back an hour. So let's see what we can do until about 3 p.m. when we need to go back.
Yeah, we've got plenty of time. Our plans today are basically wander around, have gyros for lunch, have lookamatas for lunch dessert.
Yep. Go to the beach.
Go to the beach.
Yeah. So
I think we can manage that in 6 hours.
Let's see what we can do in Kos. We found the I Love Kos sign.
Every good destination has an I Heart
It does.
destination name sign.
So we just walked around like the harbour.
Yeah, the marina. I don't know what it is.
Everything's shut, obviously, because it's like 9:30 and Greek people are late risers. So we're not expecting any.
It's also a Saturday.
Yeah. We're not expecting anything to open for a couple of hours, but this is so strange. Apart from being on a Greek island with beanies and puffers, which is really odd, it's also really weird because it's kind of like we have the island to ourselves, like a Greek island.
I know. I feel like a lot of people got off our ferry and then got into taxis or got picked up to go to other spots of the island.
Yeah. It's very strange. We didn't plan on coming to Greece again so soon.
No.
Like, we were like, we'll go to Turkey, and then we have like another international trip planned soon, and then we have some other things that we'd like to do, but it's like Greece wasn't on the list.
No.
And like, I think it's really cool seeing a Greek island in the off season.
Yeah.
I mean, we would never plan a trip to the Greek island in the off season because unlike Turkey where there are some serious perks to coming in the off season, Greek islands probably almost no one's booking a trip there. So it's like, this is very rare.
Yeah.
So it's very cool to come here. Anyway, right now we're walking around the castle. And
no idea. Like at this point, we have so long that this section of the day is
just walking
wander and see what we find.
Yep. Roman amphitheatre.
Yeah, Odeon it's called.
Odeon, yeah, that's the one. I'm not sure what that is, if I'm honest. But yeah, it's beautiful.
It's very well preserved.
It is. Well, I think
it's been
obviously been restored.
Yeah. But even so, like just the structure itself is well preserved. And when we were walking in, stopped by a little, like, there's like a door on the edge and there's chairs in there. So I feel like they maybe still use this.
Yeah, no, I think they said on the sign they use it for concerts and music and stuff.
Yeah. Which is really cool. It would be a cool place to see anything,
because
really.
like behind us is just like the hills and the countryside of Kos.
Look at that. This is something that we noticed about Greek islands last time as well, but you go from the town centre to the empty countryside in one street.
Yeah.
Like it's just, the towns are so little.
No, it's crazy. We were just discussing how we did this for 15 months. Like we were just like walking around random cities for 15 months, and then we went back to normal life. Like, sort of. We weren't paying rent, but we were like living in like permanent accommodation, and we were like
had jobs and bills to pay and stuff.
Yeah, and we were just like, and like we dreamt of this again, and then we just did it. Like, if you don't have adult responsibilities like a mortgage and kids, like dependents, you can just do it. It's really not that hard. It's scary for sure. Obviously you need the money, like you need the privilege to have enough money to just like splurge to come to a random Greek island. But like, if fear is the only factor, please do it. Yeah, because getting to this random island in the middle of Greece wasn't that hard. No, it didn't take that long.
It wasn't on the cards.
It wasn't on the cards. I don't know. You just get here and you're just like, oh, that wasn't. We just kind of did it.
Yeah.
I mean, we are the number one biggest overthinkers in the world. I promise. And
as evidenced by the fact that we were up until almost midnight trying to figure out exactly which port our ferry went from.
Yep. And we can do it. So if you're just scared, just do it anyway. As we kept saying as we were getting on that flight to leave Australia, we were just like, do it scared, do it scared.
Thanks, Elise Myers.
Yeah. I think that's like, I've heard a lot of people saying like,
I just know she has merch that says it.
There's another one that's like,
feel the fear and do it anyway.
Yeah, that's something like that. Yeah, that's another saying.
I mean, like, yeah, for us, I know like different people have different priorities, but for us, moving to England,
I've lost the vlogging arm strength.
Moving to England and coming to Turkey for 2 weeks and then popping over to a Greek island for a day trip, like, that's scary. But to us, what's scarier is working in a job for the next,
for sure,
50 years until we can retire.
For sure.
40 years, I guess.
Yeah. The idea of like hitting 50 and being like, oh, just hitting retirement and being like, now we have to see the world, that's kind of scary, because it's like, do we have enough time? Do we have enough money? Like, what if your kids
have enough health?
What if you can't make it to age 50, like, and then be able to do those things? What if things before that age stop you from ever doing this? Like, that's what's scary.
Anyway, this has just become a little
motivation
pep talk for traveling that no one asked for. And yeah, if you're scared to take a trip, like, message us, because we will be your ultimate hype girlies.
Yeah, we'll book you the flight. We'll be like, give me your passport details. I'm like, if you're too scared to book your flight, just give us your details and we'll do it.
I mean, don't give people your passport details on the internet.
If you know us personally and you can like track us down, we'll do it for you.
Anyway, that got deep. We're gonna keep exploring Kos. Also, I don't think we actually said, but this is a Roman Odeon.
I think I said Roman.
Maybe. There's a lot of Roman ruins in Kos. There's a lot of Roman ruins on like most of the Greek islands. We've seen a few. Unfortunately, we don't have internet, so we can't tell what anything is unless there is a sign in English. So sometimes it's just like, wow, a ruin. Cool. But yeah, we're gonna keep wandering around. There's a few more like Roman sites around, I think. Oh, that's bright. And then we're going to head back into town because now everything should start to be opening up, I think.
It's almost Euros time. We've now wandered through a bit of the old town to the ancient or Roman, I forget.
I think it's just called the Agora.
The Agora, which is like an old villagey market area.
Yeah, that's based on our knowledge of the Agora in Athens, which is like the marketplace, the public speaking place.
Yeah.
Everything like that. So we're assuming that's what this was as well.
Yeah, it's free to enter. It's reasonably small. We're just gonna like wander through it. But yeah, how cool.
I know there's some really impressive looking columns back here. Where are they? Oh yeah, over here.
I reckon Europeans like don't appreciate ruins as much as they should, because
No.
like we're walking through like an ancient marketplace. Like
if
it's
the
older-
Odeon is anything to go by, about 2,000 years
Yeah,
old.
like it's older than the town I was born in.
Yeah.
Like way older.
Way old, like 10 times as old.
I know. And like we're just casually wandering through it, and it's like next to the old town. Like it's crazy.
It really is wild. Like when you come from Australia, you really do appreciate
Yeah.
how old this stuff is.
And just in the middle of the city.
So one thing that we did research before we got here that we knew about is that Hippocrates was born on the island of Kos. And apparently, according to legend, this tree behind us that's like inside that scaffolding, Hippocrates taught students under.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know a lot about trees. That tree doesn't look a couple of thousand years old to me.
No, I know.
But maybe they've replaced the tree
I'm not
with a
sure.
new tree. But it's kind of cool. We're just going to choose to believe it.
It is very cool.
And there's like some, you know, old buildings around in this little square. But yeah, this is a very cute little town. It's interesting because all of the Greek islands we've been to have a similar vibe in that like you're on them and you can feel like, oh yeah, this is a Greek island. And yet they're all distinct.
I was going to say this one's definitely less, which I expected it to be because it's so close to Turkey rather than the other Greek islands, but it's definitely less Greek islandy in that it doesn't have as many of the like tight, cute alleyways and the like.
There was one that we
Yeah.
found.
With the like grey and white pavement, but
Yeah.
it's just nice to explore anyway. Speaking of, we are now going to hunt down some gyros because we are hungry.
Yeah, that's shut. This is definitely the trickiest thing about traveling in winter in Europe. These little stuff shuts over winter, but they don't like update their hours on Google Maps. So like we can't, everywhere on Google Maps just says it's open.
Yeah.
So we just have to walk till we find something that actually is open, I guess.
Yep. All right, so what have we found?
So we went past numerous cafes and bakeries and we were like, look, these are good backup options, but we really had our heart set on gyros.
I think what we've discovered is
Gyros is a tourist food.
while gyros is incredibly Greek, it's like locals don't eat it, or if they do, they like, I don't know, make it or something, because yeah, those fast food gyros places you find are all shut.
Yeah, there's so many around, they're all shut. But we found this little restaurant called Cantina Street Food, and they have, it's not exactly gyros, but it is like the kebab skewer in a wrap
With
tzatziki.
yogurt sauce and chips.
We asked her if we could get fries, and she was like, yeah, I can put fries in it. So we've basically made gyros.
It's as close as we could get because everything else was like bakeries, cafes, brunch. All
Yeah.
looked delicious, but not what we were after.
Yeah, but I think it'll be pretty close.
But anyway, we'll show you our food when we get it, but we are keen.
You know what? That looks like a gyros.
We did it.
Okay, tell me how you're feeling right now.
It's perfect. The pita is so soft.
It's so soft.
The sauce is so nice. There's a kit coming up behind us.
Just wait, just hold, please. There he is.
It's so soft. Honestly, it's so good. I'm so glad we found this.
basically have this beach to ourselves right now.
So weird.
All the restaurants are just like shut up for the winter. So we're sitting on a deck of one of them. Because there's no one to tell us not to, basically.
Pretty much. It's dessert time. To cut a long story short, back in Naxos or Paros, I don't remember which one, we ordered some orange pie, which is just like a Greek thing. Turns out it's like an orange cake. Yeah. But the pie aspect is that it has tiny bits of phyllo pastry in it instead of flour, I believe.
Yeah, I think this is from like 1.5-year-old memory, but I think what they do is they take the phyllo pastry and they crush it. Yeah. And they use that as like the flour. Yeah. For the cake. So it's made of pastry rather than flour.
Yeah, it was so interesting. And we saw some in a bakery and we were like, oh my God, let's get some. And then, so that's this one. And then while we were there, oh my God, look at that. While we were there, we saw they also had chocolate pie. Now, we have no idea if this is just the chocolate version. Or
made with like pastry, or if it's just like a chocolate cake.
Just a chocolate cake. I don't know, but we got a piece of each. And now we're going to sit here on a Greek island and eat some cake.
On a Greek island beach.
Alone.
There's literally one other person on right now.
All right, let's eat some cake.
We walked along the beach and then just spent a bit of time sitting in the old town. But yeah, now we're heading back to go through passport control.
Which is empty, so...
Empty. We're going to go back through passport control, leave Greece, and then go get on our ferry. We're nice and early, but it does say to get here an hour before the ferry leaves.
Yeah, I don't know, we were just sitting like next to the water, so we may as well go sit on the boat, I guess.
Yeah. Alright, that was a pretty easy ferry ride.
Yep, just like that we are back in Turkey.
We were. I mean, this is just evidence of us being overthinkers. How many times do you think we checked that our visa to Turkey was multiple entry?
Like
6? 5? Can confirm was a multiple entry visa because we were allowed to enter again. As if it's saying multiple entry on the visa would like somehow be some kind of secret code for not multiple entry.
But please do check your Turkish visa before you leave the country on a day trip.
Yes.
Ours, I'm up in the top right corner, it just said multiple entry.
But yeah, that was a pretty successful day trip.
It was, yeah. I would say there's enough to do in winter if you're content with just walking around.
Yes. In summer and then like the shoulder seasons, you'd have plenty to do.
Of course, yeah.
Just but it would be much busier.
Off season, like there was
it's
more than enough.
For context, it's the 8th of February. I don't think we've ever actually said that. We're just saying it's the off season. It's like
more than enough
off season.
More than enough food. Like there was lots of cafes open, good food, everyone
coffee, drinks, everything. Yeah.
There was some souvenirs and toys and stuff. So shops wise it was fine. Just like entertainment wise, we were perfectly happy just wandering around. But
yeah, I mean if you've watched any vlog of ours, you know that's our main activity anyway.
But yes, that is the end of this video.
Yes, we were gonna put this in our Bodrum video, but I sense we've chatted too much today.
Yeah, we sort of made it more informational, so we were sort of just like chatting through a lot of things.
Yeah, that wasn't our original plan, but then realizing how difficult it was to figure out anything, we were like, you know what? Yeah. Let's help you out.
Yes. So if you've done this day trip or you're going to do this day trip, I hope you enjoy. I hope it's clearer now that we've
done it for you.
Anyway, we are going to head off, but check in next week, I guess, for our Bodrum video, which is going to be tomorrow. We're just going to spend the day wandering around. We're very excited.
You're getting a little sneak peek.
Yeah, and we hope you've enjoyed.
Yeah, we hope it was helpful if you are planning. If you have any questions, feel free to leave comments below or reach out to us on Instagram.
Yeah, we also have a blog post about this day trip. So yeah, give our blog a follow, subscribe, do all that, and we will see you next week for a day of Bodrum as opposed to a day of Kos. Honestly, it's not going to be that different, I don't think.
No, probably not, but Turkish.
Yeah.
We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.